My number one criteria is, are you an accurate thrower of the football, particularly under pressure? I'm not talking about scrambling out of the pocket when you ain't got nothing in front of you and you zipping the pass here or there. And I'm not trying to say he can't throw from the pocket and he hasn't made good throws from the pocket. What I'm saying is Lamar Jackson has yet to prove that he is an elite passer. And if you are not an elite passer, you are not an elite quarterback, period.
Let me play devil's advocate. Has he had the right help around him, the right weapons to catch passes?
No, he has not. Stephen A., he has not had the right situation. On top of not having the situation, it's right for the Baltimore Ravens. Damn what you think he should be. It's right for the Ravens, and here's why it's right for the Ravens, because they getting ready to turn in the bag. And when a team turns in the bag, that tells you what they feel about you, regardless to what mainstream media and fan bases think.
Okay. Well, I would respond. I have a retort to that argument that Keyshawn Johnson just made. See, he lost the argument again. Damn what we think. Doesn't quite work that way, my brother. Doesn't quite work that way, okay? Because let me tell you something right now. Keyshawn Johnson. You understand what I'm saying? That Keyshawn Johnson radio show in the morning with 4 hours. That's why all of those guests are flocking there. You know why? Because they care what the hell Keyshawn thinks. That's why. And let me tell you something right now. When you're sitting up there as a football team, I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, Keyshawn, Mr. Super Bowl champion, I thought it was about the chips. I thought it was about winning. Excuse me.
It is about the chip, and he's going to get there. This is going on his 4th year, Stephen A. This 4 years in, man.
Hold.
Actually, it's only 4 years in.
Hold on. Keyshawn Johnson, I didn't say he would never be elite. I did not say that his career is over. I did not give any kind of indication that there is a period to that sentence.
You have given indication that he is not a throwing quarterback.
You did give that
indication.
All right, let me ask you this, Stephen A.
Yeah.
What if he had Tom Brady's weapons? What would you expect from him this season, if he had those type of receivers?
I would expect the numbers to be greater.
Okay.
He would certainly throw for 3,000 yards. He only threw for 2,700 yards last year. Had 26 touchdowns. 9 interceptions, something along those lines. This is what I'm saying about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, during the regular season, you escape the pocket, you make things happen, you fling that football.
Yeah.
When the playoffs arrive and everybody ups the ante, which Keyshawn knows a hell of a lot better than me, the bottom line is this. Things intensify, and what they do is focus on you doing what you do worse. And in the end, the kind of things that are available to you in the regular season ain't necessarily available to you in the postseason, and as a result, we find out who he is. I think that Lamar Jackson is a great, phenomenal talent who's a good quarterback, but when we say elite quarterback, elite with the quarterback position cannot be attached to one another until you can throw that football accurately under duress. Period.
Yeah, and that is going to happen, Stephen A. and Molly. They went out and retooled their offense. Yeah. Too bad Dobbins got hurt. They just signed Le'Veon Bell to try to maybe fix that problem. But they drafted Rashawn Bateman. They have Boykins there. They went and signed Sammy Watkins. Now, all of a sudden, Hollywood Brown. Sammy got to stay healthy. That's all he got to do. He just got to stay healthy. And they also are putting him underneath the center when predominantly he's been in the gun. So they are putting an emphasis on making the passing game better. I am not a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm just giving you facts. That's all I'm giving you. They went out there and they went out there and got 2 receiver coaches that most people that know football and know that position will say Keith Williams and T. Martin know what the hell they doing at the receiver spot.
Well, Keyshawn Johnson, with all due respect, you didn't give me facts because you said this is what he's going to do. It's not a fact. It's your perception of what is going to happen.
No, now, it's a fact of what they just did.
Work with me. Hold on.
It's factual. They retooled.
No. Sammy Watkins, Hollywood Brown, all of those boys, signing Mark Andrews to a new contract extension. I get all of that. You've upgraded your personnel. We don't know that that's going to work.
Upgrade because you assume it's going to be better. We don't know a lot of things about a lot of players until it actually happens. But this is all based on what we see with our eyes. Our eyes tell us, my eyes tell me, as you like to say, as an NFL all-pro trained guy, I look at it with my eyes and I say, oh, they're going to be okay in the passing game. They're going to be all right.
Okay.
They're going to be okay.
I'm saying to you,
and therefore, he'll be okay.
And I'm saying to you, you in the AFC North, you got Cleveland and Pittsburgh waiting for you. I don't know about that. You got New England, Miami, and Buffalo in the East. I don't know about that. You got Indy, all right, in the South with Tennessee. I don't know about that. You got KC and the Chargers in the West. I don't know about that. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Stephen A's eyes give him pause. Before we wrap this up, though, let me ask you this, Stephen A.
He lost another one.
Outside of Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, who do you consider elite in terms of quarterbacks right now?
Tom Brady.
And Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes.
Wait, hold on, Key. I'm asking Stephen A. because I want to know who's on his list.
Mahomes.
Yep.
Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Let me really think about that here. Because they're when we talk about greatness,
elite.
It's very limited. Okay. I give it to like 4 or 5 dudes.
All right, fair enough. Key, you're adding anyone to that list?
See, I like Derek Carr, but that's just me.
Oh, my God. Me. You said that publicly?
I like Derek
Did
Carr.
You just say that on national TV?
Yes, I did. And I've been saying it, since day one. 3 years ago, he was an MVP candidate until he got hurt. Was. John Gruden came in there and changed up everything. 4 years ago. Yeah. John Gruden came in there, changed up everything, and he ain't missed a beat. They're not losing because of him. They're losing because of the damn defense.
Oh, we might need to continue this later.
Whoa. I understand that. I actually like Derek Carr. He's no scrub. I'm not trying to imply that. But I just want to be clear. When I said elite.
I want to be clear.
Hold on. Stay with me, Keyshawn. You ain't going nowhere. Hold on. When you say elite, and we brought up Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, you're saying on national television that Derek Carr belongs in that conversation?
I like Derek Carr for that. I don't care what people think. I like him. Despite not playing the best. Do you know who the best receiver he's ever had? Ever. Do you even know?
No.
Amari Cooper, not the tight end Waller. Amari Cooper has been his best receiver.
Okay.
He hasn't been with Amari Cooper, in 3 years?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.